If I had a horse, a big, wide, flashy horse, I wouldn't be the kind of guy that I appear to be. Well, I'd be different, or I'd be better, a hero right down to the letter, and all them pretty women would be after me. 'Cause I'd be Tom Mix, I'd be the Lone Ranger, I'd be John Wayne, I'd be the tall dark stranger. I could ride into danger, 'cause I'd be brave, of course.
Well, howdy parents. I hope you are all doing well today. This is the weekly roundup and I'm Sheriff P. I am so glad that you are all taking time out of your busy day to join us. If you noticed in the intro, that was my horse. She is a fiery mare and her name is Nellie. And sometimes you have to say, whoa, Nellie, with Nellie, because she lives up to her name. She is a pretty wild mare. And eventually here, the kids will get to see her firsthand as I bring her to school. So that's Nellie. Welcome to the weekly roundup. Like I said, I'm Sheriff P. This is the show for Grace Christian School where we review everything that's going on, everything that has gone on, and everything that's going to be coming soon that's important for you to hear. With that being said, we are getting extremely close to having 1,000 subscribers to our page. And I can't thank you enough, parents, grandparents, loved ones, for subscribing. We need to break that 1,000 barrier. I've explained to you why that is so important for us to be over 1,000. It allows us the opportunity to do live events. It allows us to be able to broadcast from our cell phone. Now, I want to make sure you know that if it clicks 1,000 during the show, that doesn't mean that we're going to be able to go live tomorrow. YouTube goes through, processes everything. It will take them probably 2 to 3 weeks to be able to get us ready to go. But we want to make sure that we're at least 1,000 people. And that way, if somebody drops off, we don't ever shut down and it takes 3 or 4 weeks to be reactivated again. Looks like we got a great number of you on the show here today. And I'm glad that you are here. One of the things that we talk about every week on the show, and I'm just going to get out of the way, is COVID. And it's just necessary that I share information with you every week in order to keep you informed of what's going on. First, I want to start that with saying thank you, parents. Many of you fully understand that you need to keep your children home if they're sick, or if you have a question about the sickness, you contact Christie's COVID Corner and we work it through with you. Because a parent did that, we averted a potential issue here at the school. We were able to do all the proper steps, all the procedures, all the protocols, and it kept our school safe. And that is because of wonderful parents like you who go out of their way to make sure they follow the procedures we have in place. Now, I know how hard it is, or I knew how hard it was because I had kids at home and have to get to work, and if they're not feeling good, you kind of say, okay, well, suck it up and go to school. But during these times, especially over the next few weeks and months, if they're not feeling well, we're really doing a good assessment of them. We had a child who came up to the office last week sick, and we asked, this was like very early in the morning, 8:40, school had barely started, and we said, are you just now feeling ill? No, I woke up not feeling good. Well, did you tell your mom and dad? Yes, I did. And what they said, well, tell the office if you're still not feeling good. Moms and dads, I know it's a pain to try to get childcare for your child if they're not feeling well, but please take that preemptive step with them and keep them home if they're sick. Also, with that being said, I want to remind you, boys and girls are going to get sick. They're going to get the cold. They're going to get the flu. They're going to get strep throat. They're going to get every possible thing kids can get. And we understand that, and it shouldn't be an alarm for fear. And you need to know that if something is important, like a COVID case, those families it has a direct effect to, or it will affect, we will immediately get in contact with. That way we don't throw unnecessary fear and confusion in the mix. But Thank you, parents. It's working great. We've had a number of you contact the school, and we averted one problem last week because of that. And because of our testing that we're allowed to do here on campus, it has really helped us have a better peace of mind with what's going on. Next, I want to talk to you about Carline. Carline's doing great. Parents, you're following the procedures that you're supposed to out there. You're going through Carline. Just want to remind you of a couple important things. Number one, school doesn't let out until 3 o'clock. Sometimes the kids do get out there a little early. Sometimes they get out there a little late. So that's why we asked you, please do not start lining up at Carline before 2:45. We would prefer you even push it to 2:50, 2:55 before you start showing up. That allows us the opportunity to have Carline flowing and going through. Last week, all of you were given one of these. This is a Carline pass, and many of you have requested a second one for your spouse, or you've requested one for someone who picks up your child. That's great. We're glad that you're utilizing these. Now, I want to remind you that if you picked up a second Carline pass because you're giving it to your parents or you're giving it to a neighbor to pick up your child, it's your responsibility before you give them this pass to review our Carline procedures and policies. One of the big ones is there's no talking on a cell phone when you're coming through. There is nothing that important. There's nothing more important than the safety of all of our students here at Grace Christian School. You will be asked to park, and we will not load a child in your car if you're talking on the cell phone. That's important. No texting on a cell phone. No getting out of your car in Carline. Make sure you follow the rules that the staff is directing you. Now, this may sound over the top, but you have to remember, we're putting a lot of kids around a lot of vehicles in a short amount of time, and we want to keep everyone safe. Starting this Friday, if you do not have a Carline pass, you won't be allowed to come through Carline, because what this does is it does a few things. It tells us that you know what the Carline procedures are, and we can hold you accountable to those. Number two, it's one extra piece of security in the layer that we know that this is the right child going in the right vehicle, and we have a Carline pass also that helps provide one extra layer there of what's going on. I'm not seeing any comments at all this morning, and I know that's not normal, so I'm just assuming there is something wrong with the comment machine coming through, but that's where that is. So let me get back to the Carline, which is really important. If you do not have your Carline pass after this Friday and you pull into Carline, the staff member will not load a child into your vehicle. They will ask you to park on the street and then walk up in the crosswalk. Thank you very much, Benita, for responding, listening. Yes, awesome. That's great. It's just everybody's intently listening, so thank you so much. But we won't load the kids in the car. You'll have to walk up and get your child because we want these Carline passes being used. We invested a lot of labor. We invested a lot of cost in getting these. Teresa, good morning. We are enjoying listening to you. Thank you so much. Sheriff P greatly enjoys it. Kimberly, good morning. Good seeing you. It's good that I know that someone's out there. I can just imagine how hard it must be for a newscaster just talking directly into a camera, and they're not getting this wonderful feedback. Now I'm really going to. Gina, thank you for the information. I will need and ask for an additional Carline pass. Absolutely. Erica, that's enough. I may have missed the answer. How many Carline passes can we get? How many cars do you have? That would be the question. So we would ask you to not have 25 Carline passes, but if you need 2, 3, or 4 Carline passes, we're able to accommodate that. But you just need to know that the more you have, they could possibly get out of hand, or someone could loan it to someone else, and they're held responsible for everything we're doing. Justin, good morning. Happy wave to you. Michelle, we have had a great start to the school year. Thank you so much. So that's all that I'm going to talk about with Carline. Parents, you're doing a wonderful job. It's great seeing many of you that are coming through at 3:10 and just rolling right through, picking everybody up. It's a lot of fun. Hey, some of the buckaroos may have come home last week and said, Mom and Dad, we had an earthquake at school last week. Well, we really didn't have an earthquake. We had an earthquake drill. As many of you who have been around for a long time know, security and safety is a top priority for us here at GCS. And all last week, our teachers spent the week reminding children of all the procedures that we follow for earthquake drills, for lockdown drills, for fire drills. They walked them through the whole procedure. They talked it through in their classroom. They did guided practice. And last week we did an unannounced earthquake drill. And I am happy to report our students and staff did amazing. There was not one issue that I noted as a deficiency in the after action review that we needed to go back and look. I missed it. Who do we ask for those extra car line passes? You just call the office, 714-761-5200. Barbara can take care of you, Selena or Christy. Any one of them can process that for you. You can even send a note in with your child, and the teacher can send it through classroom mail, and we can get it to you. But and we do lockdown drills. So those are all the different types of things we do, and we do practice what we're teaching the students. So we did an unannounced drill last week for earthquake. We may come right back again this week and do another earthquake drill or a fire drill or a lockdown drill. When we do our lockdown drills, they're pretty real. So our teachers talk it through with the students. As many of you know, we have K9 Yorku, and he is an active part of whenever we have a lockdown drill, as he goes in and he does his job, searching backpacks, searching classrooms, looking for the bad guy or bad people, and we do a lot of different things. So we will pass that along. Tori, you're more than welcome. I'm glad I was able to get that information to you. So that's what we do. In another show down the road, I will spend even more time talking to you about all that we do for safety and security here at GCS. That is really, some people say, man, you're so over the top. You never can plan enough for safety. And when it's needed, I've never heard anyone say, hey, we overplanned for this. There's always something new that you can come up with. Next, the PST is going on. And what? Oh, okay, hang on one sec. I understand Sean and Brenda are over in the multi-purpose room, and they want to talk to you guys real quick. So this is our PST president, Sean, and her handy assistant, Brenda. These two ladies have been doing a lot of work. What do you guys have for us?
Hi, GCS families. My name is Sean. I'm with PST.
And I'm Brenda, part of PST as well.
We just wanted to come and let you know that we are having our PST membership drive starting today on the 7th through the 23rd. Your student's going to be coming home today with a flyer explaining all about PST. Okay. It also has a sign-up sheet on the back here that you can fill out and send in, but we also have another option, which is going to be emailed to you.
This year we will have a digital option. This form will be emailed to you tomorrow. You can go ahead and click the QR code right here. You can fill out everything online. You also have an option to click on the school's Venmo at the bottom of the online form, and you can pay right there, and no papers needed, and we will get the information. Also, if you have any questions about anything PST related throughout the year, please try and get a hold of me or Sean. You can go to the Parent Support Team page on the school's website.
Have a good day.
Brenda and Sean, thank you so much for that information. I know Christy also emailed it out to everyone, and I know that you're getting it because we have a little thing on Venmo that kind of clicks in here every time someone uses the Venmo, and it's been going crazy this morning. So the PST information's out. If you want to email Brenda or Sean, pstpresident@gcsrr.org. That's pstpresident@gcsrr.org. Or you can go to our website, gcsrr.org, and go to the PST support page, and they have all kinds of great information there. PST does wonderful things for our school. They help coordinate Red Ribbon Week. They help coordinate the graduations, Teacher Appreciation Day, Christmas parties, and everything like that. They do so much for our school, and we wouldn't be who we are if it wasn't for the amazing people who are in PST. And I know there's going to be a classroom competition. Which class can have the most people join PST, and more information will be coming out on that really soon. Hey, tomorrow night, if you have a junior hire, is back to school night. So if you have a junior hire, back to school night is tomorrow night. You should all have information from the junior high teachers as to how you are to access that back to school night. You may be saying, hey, I thought back to school night was last week. It was for our elementary side. And we do that on purpose so parents are able, if they have children on both sides of the campus, elementary and junior high, that they are able to spend and devote the right amount of time to each one of the back to school nights. So that's tomorrow night. And we look forward to you tuning in and being there. Hello, Sean. Thank you for the big heart. We love you, and we love Brenda and all of the parents at PST I know that they are having some type of gathering in the park coming up, and Sean will be sharing more about that information as time comes on. Spirit wear. Spirit wear. This is spirit wear. Things like this. This wonderful shirt. We have shirts, we have sweatshirts, we have t-shirts of all different types of things. Spirit wear orders are due in the office, and they are due by Monday the 13th. When you get your spirit wear, or when you have your spirit wear from last year, you notice something? This is a red Roadrunner shirt. Could you imagine 100 of these laying on the playground? Here is a pro tip. The minute you get your spirit wear, right here at the back there is a label. Write your child's last name there. Write your last name there. Or if you're afraid that you're going to write your name there and somebody's going to cut this out and take your shirt, I don't think that's going to happen because there's so many of them. But you could even write it on the collar with a permanent washable marker. And that way, when our daycare staff goes through the playground, we pick these up. Ones that we don't know who they belong to, we put on the lost and found cart. And the ones who have the names on, we actually are just like you, moms and dads. We return them to our students so they can take them home. And that's a pro tip for anything that the kids have. Water bottles, get their name on it somewhere. Your last name, their first initial, put it on the bottom so when we find it, we're able to return it. Right now, I think there's like 15, 20 water bottles sitting in Lost and Found that have no names, and we already have a pretty good supply of clothes that we have with no names on them. What we do is we always set those out 2 or 3 times a year. Towards the end of the year, we have a table for the whole week that we try to get lost clothes back to their families. And good morning, Debbie. I'm so happy that you are tuning in. It's great to see you. We try to get those clothes back to the families. If we can't, what we do is we go through them. We pick out a good variety of clothes, cool clothes, not cool in the sense of, hey, but cool meaning if it's too hot outside or too cold outside. We take a good variety of those and we pack them up nicely and we put them into our emergency bin so that we have additional clothes if something to wherever happened that we can change students in and out. Has the order form for Spirit shirts gone home? I didn't see one last night. I think it may have gotten emailed home. And Christy, if you're watching, or Barbara, if you can reply to this question for Brittany. I believe it did go home, and also there is a weekly form, so I'll double check. If not, we'll re-email it. There's not a problem doing that. So another thing that we're known for here is our music department. We have some amazing music teachers, music directors. Kathy Dyer with the flute, Judy Kimura. They have been around with the woodwinds. They've been around for a long time. And if you want to be able to learn to play a little flute like this, which I can't do, I'm probably even holding it wrong, but if you want to learn to play a flute, a saxophone, a clarinet, a guitar, drums, we can teach you. There's instrumental lessons available for all kids 3rd grade up, and we are having a big, huge music assembly tomorrow, and we talk about all the different instruments kids can learn. There is research out there that say that kids that are involved in music do better in math, and I think that's great. They went home last week. Thanks, Yvonne. Thanks for that. You know what? I will send Yvonne home a gift card for Starbucks for answering that question for us. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Good job, Yvonne. And our music department's great. We do a lot of different things, and Mr. Barkley is our music director. We have choir for vocals, and we have instrumentals for 3rd grade up, and we do offer a wide variety of instruments. So talk to your kids tomorrow night. Music information will be coming home with that. Yes, Spirit Wear went home. Forms went home the first day of school. Photo day forms went home yesterday. Thank you very much, Mrs. O'Rue. Greatly appreciate that. And any chance that the music assembly could be live streamed? Unfortunately, no. I would love to live stream it, but we don't have the capability yet. And that's another reason we need 1,000 viewers. I don't know if that was, you were feeding me that question so I could come back to getting people to subscribe to the channel. But I greatly appreciate, yes, we need to get over 1,000 viewers so that we're able to do things like that without a huge setup on that end. But great question, Debbie. Thank you for allowing that question for me to bring up subscribing to the channel again. Are there any music programs available for first grade? It's just in classroom music at this point. That is all that I know that we have. We don't have anything like ukuleles or instrumental music, but you can informally talk to Mr. Barkley about potentially setting up lessons, and that would be based on the teacher, if they want to go that young, and depending on the instrument, if it's piano or something of that nature, you could talk to the teacher independently. And I'm not going to say no, but it's out there. Charleston Wrap, those parents that have been here, that was a new fundraiser we did last year. And we tried it. We used to do cookie dough only. We went with Charleston Wrap because some of you brought that up. And you know what? It was a huge success. The gift wrap that Charleston Wrap sells is amazing. And it is, I'm going to skip off here. Debbie, they have great music class at that level. Mr. Barkley teaches them everything. Thank you so much, Debbie. Yes, Mr. Barkley is amazing. He has his degrees in music and really does a lot for them. Contact Mr. Barkley for music lessons, absolutely. And Erica, you are more, Erica, that's enough. Thank you. That's pretty funny. That's a great screen name. But yes, we do have a good music department. With that, Charleston Wrap, it's a fundraiser, but let me tell you this. There are fundraisers that you dread because you'd rather just send the check to the school because whatever you get isn't useful. Let me tell you, everything that I ordered from Charleston Wrap last year was amazing, and I will be repeating my order on some things and going with others because of the quality. The gift wrap was extremely thick. They had a lot of dual-sided gift wrap and a lot of unique gift wrap that you couldn't find anywhere else. In addition, I ordered this really nice, as many of you know, I barbecue a lot. I'm really into cooking. I have this cast iron skillet thing that I bought from them. I have done grilled steaks on it. I've done pancakes on it, tortillas, you name it. And it fits across 2 burners on our stove, and it really turns it into a really nice flatware, and it cleans up nice. I also bought these really nifty mini stainless steel fry baskets. And when you do a dinner, they're amazing. Selena Mullaney is the queen of entertaining and making sure things look just perfect. And she uses them at her home all the time. She puts a little wax paper in and serves them. So it's like going out to dinner at a fine restaurant every night at the Mullaney's. And they have things like that that are really cool. I encourage you to take a look at it, that it is good quality stuff. Like Mrs. O'Roos said, the photo booth, I'm thinking of a party or something. The photo sheets went home yesterday for school photos. And the photos are on the 20th and 21st. You will see what day your grade level is. That we try to make sure all the pictures get taken before the kids go out to recess or they get all messy or hot and sweaty. So we really try to keep them calm until they get their pictures. And Barbara Sellis, who does our photos, we've had her forever. She is an amazing Christian woman who does a wonderful job capturing the memories for you with your child. Let's see, next thing I have on here is the news flash. This is the news flash, and this got emailed to many of you, all of you actually yesterday. This is a great recap. If you want to sit down and look at it, it's online. It's in PDF form, so if it gets emailed to you and you can't find it, you can go on our website and look for it. It gives you a great recap in pictures of everything that happened the last month. And we know that you're not here, but this isn't something new that we started because of COVID. We've been doing this forever because it's great. You can forward this to grandma and grandpa or aunts and uncles across the country, and it really makes them feel like they're a part of your child's education because they can see firsthand. And you know, words mean one thing, but a picture is worth 1,000 words, and that's why we share this. And a lot of work goes into that. Mrs. Gina Fortune puts that together every month along with our news and notes, and she works very hard capturing pictures to make sure that we are able to identify everything that's going on the campus. So next thing is, this is new for parents who are new to the school, returning parents. Next Thursday, 9/16 is in service, and on 9/30 is in service this month. What does in service mean? It means we release at 11:30. School is released at 11:30. That's the number one important thing. Daycare is available. So if you're at work, your child can go to daycare. We don't charge anything extra for them to go to daycare until the normal pickup time at 3 o'clock. And they can go to daycare. If you want to pick them up, car line goes from 11:30 to 11:45, and you can pick your child up there. Now that's number one. Number two, the kitchen is not open. There is no cafeteria service whenever we do an in-service or an early release day. That is extremely important to know. You need to pack a lunch for your children and put it in their backpack so they have something to eat. Now, we would never allow a child to go hungry, and we would put something together for them, but you really need to remember that on in-service half days that you need to pack a lunch for your students. Mrs. Fortune does a fabulous job on that. Thank you, Debbie. She does. We are blessed to have her. She does a dual duty here, and she is a wonderful asset to our team. She's like everywhere taking pictures. But with our in-services, it's important. It's 11:30 release. Car line goes from 11:30 to 11:45. Students not picked up get signed into daycare. Daycare you are not charged for until 3 o'clock because the kids would traditionally be in school, and there is no cafeteria service available on those days. Take your phone out right now or your iPad and open it up, and on the 16th and the 30th is early release day. And we will try to remind you, we send things out, and we really do a good job about keeping that on our calendar and also keeping it on this show, the weekly roundup. We try to remind you to put things like that in your phones. But what do we do with these in-services? Do we just sit back and have fun and talk about the kids? No, we really use these as working times that we do different things. We're WASC accredited, which means Western Association of Schools and Colleges. There's parameters and things that we need to continually do to maintain that accreditation, and that requires the staff to meet and work on detailed plans that we put into our focus on learning that has to be utilized and turned into WASC every 3 years. In addition, is extended daycare available till 6, or just like extended? So daycare is available. It's just like any other day. So from 11:30 until 3 o'clock, you're not charged. It's regular daycare. At 3 o'clock, the extended daycare starts, and if you are paying for extended daycare, it goes from 3 to 6 like a traditional school day. So nothing else changes on in-service day except the kids are not in a classroom from 11:30 on. They're either gone home or they've gone to daycare, and then they go to extended daycare. Great question, Mr. Kim, Do Kim. Thank you very much, and I hope that answered it. So we work on things like that. We also work on emergency plans. We work on CPR, first aid, AED. We practice search and rescue. There are any number of things that require our attention, and quite honestly, a lot of other schools do it every single week. They have an early release date. We try not to do that. We limit it to twice a month so that we're able to get a lot done. You are more than welcome, Doe. That we try to limit it to twice a month because we know your time's valuable, and we want kids having the most time in class as possible. Well, parents, let's see here. This is a 28-minute weekly roundup. We have a number of you between Facebook and between YouTube. We have over 60 people watching right now. That is a great turnout. I'm glad you were able to watch. Remind your friends and families to subscribe to our channel. We need over 1,000 subscribers, and within 2 to 3 weeks after that, we will be able to start doing more live broadcasts and live remotes to keep you involved. Remember, you don't have to watch this. You can put it on the seat while you're driving and listening to it, kind of like a podcast. And I can't thank you enough, parents, for partnering with us. All your kind words, and when we do fall short, the love that you extend to us to be able to work together with you to correct or rectify an issue. It just humbles us, the amazing parents that we have, and that you allow us the opportunity to partner with you in this ministry of educating tomorrow's future. We don't take it lightly, and we really take a great responsibility in what we do. So, parents, this is a fun year for our students. It's Western year. I feel right at home because that's who I am, where I live, and what I do. So, yes, that was Nellie at the start of the show. And like I told you, she's a fiery diva mare, and she is full of herself. But anyway, thanks for tuning in to the weekly roundup. And I appreciate it. Let me go back here and just remember who Yvonne Park, I owe you a gift card for Starbucks for answering a question. And you beat Mrs. O'Rude to the punch, so you win the Starbucks gift card. So thank you very much for tuning in tonight or today. I greatly appreciate it. And I will see. Wait, I heard another comment pop up. Have a great week. You too, Gina. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful week. And I just pray God continues to bless all your families and keeps you safe. Kat, good to see you. And we are going to let Dave Stymie, who gives us so much great music and content, play us out of here. Thank you for all you guys do. Erica, that's enough. Have a great night.
Got a bitty, not a bitty, not a bitty, 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 about a gun, bitty, woody, $5 rock, soul, and hog, and a $50 bet.